Trojan family, what's up, man? It's the top of the morning. How's everybody doing? Happy Monday to everybody, man. Listen, we got a couple of news and note items that we got to talk about. We had a big time weekend. When you're talking about college football, we're going to get into the FSU a little bit because you guys know I briefly touched on it over the weekend, talking about FSU, Florida State being lost to the Sauce. And look, I'm not coming at it from the angle of, well, I want to beat down Florida State, because that's not what I'm looking at. But what I do want to look at is the national media, how they continue to have the major media bias that they always had. And it continues. It's been like this for years, but it blew up all in their face. We want to talk about that. Also, I want to talk about some big time recruiting that took place over the weekend. If you guys follow me on Twitter, everything that I usually talk about, I post it on Twitter immediately when it happens. Maybe within it, because I follow Twitter pretty close. Probably within a 1 minute frame that I post all this stuff that I talk about on Twitter. But I did talk about the high school football over the weekend. Ryder Lions, man, I'm just telling you. Matter of fact, let me just get into him real quick. Ryder Lions is an absolute. Look at this real quick. Let me let you guys look at that clip real quick one more time. But do you guys remember when I talked about Ryder Lions? A couple of months ago, I was talking about we were having some issues. There were some that thought that Juju Lewis, wouldn't stay committed. And I talked about Ryder Lions briefly. And I said, you guys be honest with me. How do you like Ryder Lions compared to Juju Lewis? And I said this because I don't want anybody to twist the words. But I said, what Ryder Lions offers, I think he's more of a dual threat quarterback than Juju Lewis. Although I did see something different in the first game with Juju Lewis that they played just a couple of weeks ago, last week. And I did see how mobile he was. But my God, when you look at Ryder Lions in the clip, how he's able to move and groove, and you're talking about able to stop on a dime and then just cut like that and then continue in your run. And he throws it on a dime like that too. But take a look at this clip one more time with Ryder Lions, what he did over the weekend. It was unbelievable. Man, who does that? I mean, Ryder Lions, he's up there at Folsom. He went to the same school as his brother, Walker Lions, who you guys know, if we get Ryder Lions is a 2026 prospect. However, he is going to have to take a mission. So we know that we're probably going to be without Ryder Lions until 2027. So the question is, how is that going to work out? Is Juju, want to compete with that? Because Ryder Lions is crystal ball to USC, man. So that's one news and note item as it relates to the high school ball. And so that's one good thing. However, Cali ball represented big time to the fullest. You guys know, you see it here, Bishop Gorman, Cali ball / West Coast ball. Bishop Gorman in Las Vegas, Nevada. You guys know they played over the weekend on ESPN, and they absolutely represented to the fullest. They beat St. Thomas Aquinas, which is a team that I believe Los Alamitos lost against last year with Malachi, or the year before in Malachi, but they went down there and balled. Also, St. John Bosco, they played Chaminade, and they went down there and balled. So you look at the West Coast football, it kind of erases some of the things that they be talking about when you're talking about high school football, that the West Coast don't have football, because they absolutely, and our big boys in the West Coast look way bigger than their guys. Bishop Gorman, I don't know what the heck they are feeding their guys. They look absolutely insane. And Brendan Iverson, I did see what you said. I don't know if you saw the message back. You asked me during the game, as the game was going on, you asked me Jay, are you watching this? And I text you back and said, yeah, it's crazy. This is incredible. But yeah, these guys from the West Coast, they represented to the fullest, man. And it's just unbelievable how they look. They look more structured. They look more physical. They look bigger. They look faster. They look more polished as players. I mean, I'm talking about from Gorman and Bishop and St. John Bosco. All of these guys looked incredible. Of course, you guys know Modern Day looked incredible, but they played against Centennial as well. Centennial, which is, two local products. So, man, hit me in the comments, man. What are you guys' thoughts on high school recruiting? We got to land some of these guys. And I think this year, you guys know LSU week comes up is this week. I think that this is going to be a great opportunity. Winning is going to change a whole lot. And I really believe with all my heart that if we win these games, if we win this LSU game, it's going to turn a lot of heads. You hearing it from me first. A lot of heads. One being Jakeem Stewart. It's pretty much a done deal if USC is able to land. If USC is able to beat LSU, Jakeem Stewart is going to be a done deal. I'm telling you that right now. I believe he's really, even though he said he's going to be taking some other visits, I believe that's going to lock, seal, and deliver it. But if we be consistent all year, we open up with this LSU game, and I am probably going live tonight, just letting you guys know, with the guy from LSU. He has the LSU podcast. I will put that information up. It'll be this evening. It'll be at 4 p.m., 7 p.m. East Coast time, 4 p.m. West Coast time. And we're going to do a preview together of LSU versus USC. That will be tonight. But we're going to talk about this game. And the more I look at this game, the more comfortable I'm beginning to feel about USC chances with winning this game. You guys know the line was continued to go down, which was it was 6.5. Then it was at 5.5. Now it's at 4.5. We'll get into all that tonight. However, as I was stating, USC has a great opportunity before them, and I think it's really going to boost recruiting up when you're talking about this LSU game. Some will say a moral victory. If it was 23-24 victory, will that boost recruiting up? It's a possibility, but at this point, I don't believe in the moral victories. I believe USC needs to go out there and absolutely dominate. One reason is they got this Lost in the Sauce guy. I'm not even going to bring his name up. He has a podcast, but he's a guy from LSU. He made some stupid comment about how soft we are on the West Coast. And I don't know, man, it makes you, it made me upset. I know how I felt about it. A lot of USC fans, they feel some way about it. And we got to go out there and handle business. We're not going to put pressure on our guys, but we got to go out there and handle the business, man. Because right now, they talking a lot of crap right now when you're talking about with the USC football team, and we're going to prove them wrong. I believe that with all my heart. In other recruiting news, before I get to this Florida State stuff, Phillip Bell. You guys know Phillip Bell, big time out of Mission Viejo. He is announcing on the 31st, which is Saturday, because the 1st is Sunday. This is big, very big. It's between USC and LSU. USC and Ohio State. He narrowed it down to two teams, and USC's in the mix. And he just put that out yesterday. And look, I think we have a good opportunity. I know he's still going through the process, grieving process. You guys know I brought the information to you, and I put it up on my social media as well. That his mom passed away, so we still want to pray for that family in that situation. But whatever his decision is, God bless him. But we know USC has an opportunity here, and so we'll see exactly what happens with Phillip Bell. Now, the media is lost in the sauce to the third level. I dealt with this during the Florida State game. I was at the gym. I was in the locker room. I had to kind of be a little bit quiet. I didn't want to really just kind of deal with it like that, but I was upset. I was upset because this is how the media is. This is what the media does when you're talking about, and I'm telling you guys, the media is made up of mostly guys from the South. Do you realize how big, like, for example, the SEC is, the ACC, all those are Southern schools for the most part. And so it's like, you got all these guys, these writers, these AP guys, the coaches poll, all of these guys are represented from, the Southeast region for the most part. And whenever they do this stuff, and let me play this clip real quick, because this was the most lost in the sauce. I put this on my Twitter as well. told you guys I put everything on my Twitter. But here was a clip from Pete Tamel. Big time rider Pete Tamel. Let me find this clip real quick. Here it is, right here. And this was on ESPN. Let me stop it. But this is what he said. This is what he said, and this is how they think. This is how they think, and this is what they say. Talking about Florida State's defensive line, it's going to be the best defensive line in the country. This blah 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 blah. I'm gonna let you hear it. And this is what we got. We got to deal with this all the time. I've seen in the past where they rank Tennessee up there high. They rank all these schools, and I told you they position these schools so that they can, if they beat a team, they're gonna get catapulted. If they lose a team against a team, they only gonna bump down one spot. It's strategic, the stuff that they do, and they know what they do, and it's blasphemous. The bias that they come with. But listen to this real quick. What Pete Tamel had to say about in reference to Florida State's defensive line. This was on the ESPN.
Transfers. At 10 guys drafted, 9 of those were transfers. They've done a great job in the portal. Who are the guys who are aspiring to be the next Jared Verse?
Well, Reese, I've had multiple NFL scouts who've gone through Tallahassee this summer tell me they expect Florida State to have the best starting defensive line in all of college football.
Hold up. That man just said that they expect Florida State to have the best defensive line in the whole country. Are you kidding me? Now, this is crazy because Florida State absolutely got drugged in the mud by Georgia Tech. I mean, Georgia Tech really just rolled them up. Let's continue.
Seminoles, that's nice. On the defensive line, three-pounder found tackle Darryl Jackson, and then an edge named Marvin Jones Jr. You remember his dad with the big shoulder pass, Marvin Jones. He's a Seminole Hall of Famer. And then there's 2 returners, Joshua Farmer and Patrick Payton. They redshirted, were recruits of Mike Norvell who've come in and grown up in the program. If those 2 transfers have the production to match their potential, don't be surprised if we see 4 Seminoles drafted in the top 100 this year in the NFL draft.
Oh, listen, 4 Seminoles drafted in the top 100. Are you kidding me? So this is the type of bias that we have to deal with, and this is what we up against. And we have to go out there and take care of business because it's going to be the same way with LSU. And you guys know. I brought the information with Nick Saban talking about USC is going to be a dark horse. That lines right up with what the guy from CBS said. He thinks USC is a dark horse. That also lines up with the matrix analytics that I've been bringing you guys as well. So, look, man, it is go time. It's on the popping. We don't have to wait anymore. I'm tired of, the anticipation. I'm tired of the wait. I'm tired of talking about what could be and should be. It's about to be boots on the ground. It's about to be on and popping. It's about to be on and cracking, man. So you guys can hit me in the comments. You guys can tell me what you think. You guys already know where you can find me. It's USCJ32 on Instagram, USCJ32 on Twitter. Listen, until later on, I'm out of here. Everybody stay blessed. Fight on, fight on, fight on.